Hello everybody, how are you doing? You probably did not expect to see a video from me quite this soon after the bomb that I dropped in my last video. And I'm sorry about that. You know, I got on kind of a soapbox. It happens every once in a while with all of us. And I left things in a way that they did not need to be left. You guys don't deserve that. And you know, I appreciate all of the support that I've had from you over the years. So I want to take a couple of minutes and kind of discuss that. This is my hobby, working in my shop, just playing around, doing whatever I want to do. It's a hobby. I don't make money on the hobby because I do it for me. It's my way to, you know, come home from work one day and you're keyed up, you're working on a big project and you just need to relax. So you'll come out to your lathe and turn a pin, and it just, you guys that do it know how relaxing it can be. And I did for a while make pins, and I sold them at shows. And it was okay, but it became work, and I have a great job. I don't need a second job, be it great or be it not great. I want a hobby because I need to relax. I need the enjoyment. As part of my hobby, I enjoy videoing what I do and posting it on YouTube. And it's just an extension of the hobby, and it's a great way for me to meet new people. And actually, I learn as much from you. I hear all the time, man, I've learned so much from you on the tips and tricks. But you would not believe how much I've learned from you guys, because people will comment on a video and say, hey, check this tool out, or try this, or watch this video. And I'm constantly getting input, which is making me a better turner as well. So I'm learning just as much, if not more, than all of you. And for making those videos, YouTube does pay a little stipend. They give you a little bit of money each month. And I don't know what the formula is for how much you get paid, but I do know it is not a great deal of money. People seem to think that because you make YouTube videos, you're just rolling in the cash, and you're really not. And if any of you are ever interested in knowing just how much I make monthly, or just how much any of your other favorite YouTubers make monthly, that is public knowledge. There is a website called Social Blade. You can go to that website, plug in your favorite YouTube channel name, and it will tell you what they make in a month. I don't think they post history of how much you made out there on Social Blade. I think it's just current what you're making this month. If they do, they may, and I just haven't dug into it that deeply. But what I can tell you is each month for about the last year, I've been watching it drop. You know, you'll produce more videos and you'll get more subscribers and you'll have more comments and you'll get more views, but you're still seeing everything is on a downward slope. And especially here, I thought during the time off the coronavirus epidemic or pandemic that we've been experiencing, that there'd be a lot more people watching YouTube for something to do. And perhaps there have been. And I thought, well, maybe things will level out or even bump up a little bit, but it really didn't. And if you think about the amount of time, if I record a pin video, I'll record on average about an hour of footage. And I try to cut that down to about 12 minutes. So I take it in the house, upload it off the phone to the computer, dump it into my editor, and then I just start kind of fast editing to cut out all the stuff I don't need, you know, because sometimes you'll make a mistake, so you'll re-record something. And it probably takes an hour of footage, anywhere from 2.5 to 3 hours, to get it down to about 12 minutes. And then I go through and I'll put captions in and I'll speed things up, you know, 4x things, just to kind of get you the video. So let's say it takes maybe 3 hours to produce a video. And even these short videos take a little bit of time. If you stop and look at what you make at the end of the month versus what you're getting, many months it's less than minimum wage. Okay, which I'm not saying, hey, I ought to be making, you know, this much money, but what I'm saying is you ought to get something for the time you invest. If I stand over at that lathe and I turn a pin, at the end of the process, I have a pin. I can sell it, I can give it away, I can throw it away, I can do whatever I want with it, but I have something for my time. With the YouTube video, it takes that half-hour process and it makes it an hour process. So I could have 2 pins, but instead I have 1, and now I have this video. So I think, well, here's my take right here. Let's put that on YouTube, make a little money on it. And the money that I make, I actually use around the shop. And this is where I got really frustrated, and I'll get to that in a second. But I buy more pin kits with it. I go to the shows. I use the money to go to the shows to offset my family budget, so I'm not taking away from, you know, my family. And you know, I'll buy products at the shows, and I'll buy blanks, and I'll buy drill bits and just different things I need so that I can continue to make these videos and kind of grow my hobby. And I feel like that investment of time, it's the same as the pen. I make the pen, I can sell it, and then I can use that money to buy drill bits. Or I make the video, I can show it, get a little money, and buy drill bits. So it's a give and take, right? And with it going down like that, it gets to the point where it's more advantageous for me to not record and to make a pen and sell that second pen than it is to make the video. The downside of that is I really enjoy making the videos. So I think what needs to happen is I need to slow down a little bit. And I've already slowed down quite a bit. You guys only saw 5 videos from me last month, and 4 of them were part of a major project. And then the other one was my recycling of my shop vac. So I think what's going to happen is I'm going to slow down a little bit on my other channel. And this may change. You know, things happen on a whim. But I think I'm going to slow down a little bit on the other channel. This channel, the videos are a little less structured. It's just kind of like, hey, I'm working on this, I'm working on that, you know, when I'm popping around doing things. And they're a little easier to make, a little quicker. I don't end up with quite as much video to edit each night. So I think I'll continue to post a little more heavily on progress on this channel and projects that I'm working on. And that's where the frustration in the last video really just kind of, I ran into that wall, right? I was frustrated because I had just bought this last set of equipment, that tripod and everything, and everything I made last month went to buy pieces and parts for my phone in an effort to try to get the sound to work, and nothing worked. Everything just fell flat on its face, and it just really knocks you down a peg, right? And that, coupled with the declining income and knowing that this month I'm even making less than I made last month, almost a 1/3 less than I made last month, is a little disheartening, and I got frustrated. I'm not sure why, you know, YouTube revenues have been going down. I mean, perhaps companies just aren't advertising on YouTube, and there's just no advertisers to associate with your videos, right? I mean, I have watched videos from other YouTubers here recently that normally have advertisements that start before them, and it went straight to the video, which tells me they're not pairing advertisers. So perhaps they just don't have the advertisers. I don't know. What I can tell you is for about the last year and a half, I have watched my YouTube income stream steadily drop. And it's depressing because I utilize the revenue that I get to support this shop. For the last several years, nothing from this shop has hit my family budget. It has all come from YouTube revenue, with the exception of I did a couple of blank sales a while back, and I made a little bit of money on those, and I used those to buy, I saved them up, and that's what I used to buy my lathe, right? Full disclosure on that. But what I've been doing lately is thinking, are there ways that I can, you know, level out that revenue stream? It doesn't need to go up, but just keep it from going any lower. And I thought about a few things. One of them was merchandise, but you know, I just don't see merchandise as being something that's going to be steady, right? I mean, okay, let's say I decide to sell a t-shirt that has my logo on it, right? I put them out there, and a bunch of you guys would say, well, I'd buy one, right? And you guys would. I mean, you have supported me always. So I put them out there and I sell 50 t-shirts, right? And all of a sudden my revenue stream kind of bumps up, and then you guys all have a t-shirt, revenue stream goes right back down to where it was, right? It's a one-time thing. It's not a perpetual thing. And that's what I've got to do, is find a perpetual stream. And really, you know, like I said, I'm not looking to get rich. This is a hobby. I do it for fun. I just would like to level it out and keep the, you know, it's like a hole in the dam and the water keeps going down. I just want to plug that hole to stop and maintain that level. So I have been toying with the idea of, and I have fought this for a long time. About 8 months ago, I was noticing the decline, and I went on to Patreon and started kind of looking at Patreon. But I just couldn't bring myself to do it. And the reason why is I don't do steady content. I don't have weekly content or, you know, steady 2 videos a month or anything like that. I'm kind of up and down on my videos, and I didn't feel right doing Patreon unless I was more steady. And I'll be honest, I have a great job. I love my job, but I don't see with the amount of time my job takes, I don't see that becoming steady. I see me still being a hobbyist and getting out here when I can, and I still see my videos going like this. So I'm still kind of nervous about Patreon, number one, because of that. And number two, with Patreon, I need to have some type of incentive. I can't just say, hey, I've got a Patreon account and do nothing. I need to be able to offer an incentive. And so I'm anxious to know what you guys think about that. I mean, some of you will think it's a good idea. Some will think it's a bad idea. Those of you that think it's a good idea, what can be offered as an incentive that would make you interested in signing up for Patreon and becoming a patron of the channel? That's all I'm going to say about that. I'm going to watch the video, or I'm sorry, I'm going to look at the comments, and I'll make a decision. And it's one of those things, it's never ever going to be required. But if you want to support the channel that way, I'd like to know if it's worth the work to set it up, because I have serious reservations about it personally. Enough on that. Now that we've talked about all the doom and gloom, let's kind of take this on an upswing. I had the declining revenues. I had the camera that was just going crazy, and those two trains met, and they collided, and that is what put me on my soapbox the other day and made me want to heck with all of this, I'm done. It's hard for me to walk away from it though, because I do enjoy it. And I need you guys to know that a couple of great things happened. And one of them you're looking at right now. Bob Hayden sent me an email. Bob is a friend of mine, and he sends me this email, and he's like, hey, he goes, don't one of your other family members have an iPhone? And sometimes the simplest solutions are staring you right in the face, and it takes somebody to sort of walk up and smack you on the back of the head to make you see them, right? All of my kids had iPhone 6s. They've had them for a number of years, and this year for their birthday, we got them all iPhone 11s. So I had 3 iPhone 6s sitting in a drawer in the kitchen doing nothing. So the little light bulb goes off. Why did I think of that? Yes, it is a step down from my 7, but the 6 still has incredible video, and the audio works in selfie mode. So I pulled out the phone that you're watching me on, I charged it up, and I'm now recording in selfie mode, and hopefully the the audio quality is good. So thank you, Bob, and everybody out there. Say a special thanks to Bob Hayden, because Bob gave me the impetus for this idea and made it possible for me to at least record, which takes one problem away from me. And then my sister, you guys, I've got 2 sisters, and my sister loves photography, and she has a couple of cameras that she used for a while, and she's continually upgraded. And she contacted me and said, hey, I've got this Nikon D90. It's the body, because she uses the telephoto lenses and stuff. She doesn't use the standard, whatever the standard lens is, 50 millimeter, whatever it is. She doesn't really use that or buy them. She buys the body and uses the camera with all of her special telephoto equipment and all that stuff. I'm not a camera guy. I don't know all the terminology, so don't hold that against me. She goes, I got this D90. You're welcome to have it. All you need is a lens. They're relatively inexpensive. And you will need a... that's my sister right there. And you will need a couple of SD cards. Not a big deal. That's cheap. I can get that off of eBay even, or Amazon, either one. So we get to talking about it. Will it do the trick for you? So I go through looking at it. It looks like it's going to be great. Well, her concern is, she's like, well, I don't know. Maybe it's just not going to do it for you because it only records like 20 minutes of video on a card because it only uses 8 gig cards. She goes, I'm going to send you a D7000. I don't know the difference between them, right? I mean, it's a Nikon camera. It records video. So she has a D7000 that she was not using. And that's what she did there. She just sent me the tracking number. So she went to the post office today and mailed me this camera. So I'm going to purchase a standard lens for it. And if anybody out there knows about photography a little bit, you know what I do. I put the camera above the lathe. I do need to be able to zoom in just a little bit because I like to put what I'm turning right in the frame. You guys know how my videos work. Recommendations on a good lens. Now, if I understand correctly, I think the D7000 may be autofocus. I don't know a lot about cameras. She's sending the instructions. I'm going to have to do some reading. But if you know anything about that, let me know I'm thinking it's like 28 to 50 millimeters, something like that. Might be the range I want for a lens, but let me know what kind of a lens I need to look for. And it may be a little bit because, I spent my YouTube money last month, so I'm waiting to see if I get paid this month or not. And once I get paid, then I'll be able to purchase the lens and a couple of SD cards for this camera, and that will get me some decent quality photography. And the nice thing is, I will be able to utilize the mic that I bought, because I bought a Bluetooth mic and I bought a standard plug into the side of the phone mic, but that cord also will plug into a camera, and it is rated for the Nikon camera, so it should work well on the camera, so I should be able to get some decent sound out of it. So I have a couple of options for recording. So one of my problems is taken care of. I don't know if I'll continue to put out videos at the same rate or if I'll drop off. This channel here, I think you guys will see a lot more videos than the other channel, because this channel is easy, especially now that I've got this. I'll probably use this particular phone for this channel because I can do the selfie mode, I can flip around and use it. And then when I do my other channel where I turn something serious, I probably will go for the phone that my sister is sending, because I'm sorry, the camera my sister is sending, because it should give me stellar photos and great audio, which will help with the video. So we'll see how it goes, right? We're going to take this day by day and just see how it goes. But I just wanted to give you guys a follow-up to the video. I don't think I'm really going to quit, right? I mean, I want to quit. You get to the point where you're just so darn depressed, you just want to just forget it all, right? But I'm not a quitter. So, I got to try to find a way to persevere, and I'm just looking for opportunities to level this out and keep it going forward. So hang in there, and thank you for putting up with a full-on talkie video, and I hope that, 100% of you understood where I was at, so I don't have to say anymore. Thank you so much for your support. Thank you for your stories of encouragement. Thank you for telling me how my channel has affected you, because those are the things that make me want to keep going forward. And we are going to keep pushing this channel forward. You will see more videos from me. I'm going to try, now that I've got a working camera, to record more stuff, and then I'll pick and choose the good stuff to put on the channel, and the rest of it will just wash. But that's where I'm at. Thanks for listening. Sorry this video got a little long, but I really felt like you guys deserved better than the way I left you, for the support that you've given me over the years. Thank you. Have a great day, and I hope we will see one another again very, very soon.